the Moroccan culture. What we need to just literally just touch on music, for example, clothes. Let's start with music. How do we deal with? I know you jump on more English music than you do Moroccan music. Tell me.
They better be talking to Nas.
Yes, like
Yeah.
both of you. I know for a
Joel,
fact you do not listen to Moroccan music all the time. I bet you go to garage, you go to all of that stuff now. Huh?
Do you want me to be very, very honest, Dan?
Yeah, very honest.
All right, this is me. Not even trying to. This is me. I stopped listening to music in January, permanently,
Okay.
for religious reasons, believe it or not. But before that, it was strictly Moroccan music. Why? Touching on what I said before, it's the happy memories spent in that country, and it gives me the atmosphere, the vibe. Like I could be listening to a Moroccan song, and it just reminds me of that one time when I was there, when I was doing this in Morocco. And it's me. It's like I'm listening to my people, whereas I can't really relate. Yeah, I can't really relate to what the English people are saying in a way. But yeah, when I was listening to music, it was definitely more Moroccan.
So then with the Moroccans, for example, as you said, do we, with the Moroccan music, obviously you see yourself more. But yet again, when you were listening to English music, how did you feel?
I listened to more of the instrumental rather than the words. I couldn't relate to anything that was said.
Was there no belonging in the English music? Yeah. Was there a belonging?
I don't feel like there was for me. Nas?
To be honest, if I do listen to music, not that I listen to it all the time, it's not recent music, because now it's all about, I don't know, they're just talking about girls, they're talking about guns, gangs or whatever. But I actually like listening to Arabic music. Like my mum listens to it, so does my sister. And like Naeem said, it just makes you feel like you were back on holiday with your friends, just chilling, vibe. The sun's out.
Saying that, then what kind of music were you? Who's the artist that you listen to in Moroccan? Come on, I know who you are. If you tell me,
I'll be honest with you. I'll be very honest with you. I don't know any of the names, but I do know the songs. So like, if the song's playing, I'll start.
Oh, you joke!
Give us an I don't know the person singing.
Right artists. I like DJ Hamida, Ahmed Shawki. I like there's this woman.
How dare you say that? They're Algerians.
They're not. No, they're not. Ayman Serhani is Algerian.
That
Moroccan Algerian is the same thing.
Is Hamida Moroccan?
He is Moroccan.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have mentioned other names. I like this woman. Her name's Ines. She's Moroccan. She makes.
That's the right music.
Yeah.
Okay, and anyone else?
Good as well,
Who?
Algerian music.
Yeah, it's the same, isn't it? But
Algerian Moroccan is the same thing. Put on something with a good beat.
I consider us to be the same thing, but most people don't. But you know what? Africans are North Africans. So what about Nassim? You're saying the artists that you listen to, you don't know who they are, but you relate to them. But British music, are you saying you don't relate to Britney Spears and things like that?
That's just a bit like 2000 music, to be quite honest. And I do like that type of music. So
AJ Tracy?
2010. I'll be honest with you. I know the name AJ Tracy. I don't know any of the songs. I don't know what the guy looks like.
No way.
He's from the manor.
I don't listen to recent music. I honestly don't listen to recent music. The only person I know of, maybe of recent time, is what's his name? Jay Huss and Stormzy. So that's the most recent people I know. That's the most recent people I know.
So but do you even understand the Moroccan words? In fact, not everybody understands that language. Am I for real here or not?
Yeah, when I listen to it.
Naim, do you understand the words when they're speaking?
Oh,
the Moroccan language.
Yeah.
You're very Moroccan, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, but you, on the other hand, are very like it again. Do you understand the words and the lyrics?
But Nas, you don't need to
understand. Nassim, do you? Because I find it difficult.
Whoa. So wait, when Naim says, yeah, he understands, it's like, yeah, you do. But
Do
when
you know
it's me,
why?
I know you don't.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I know Naim and I know that family, how it is. That family are very Moroccan and very cultural.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
agree.
I know how to speak Arabic. I know how to speak Darija. So when I listen to Arabic music, I can understand what the person says.
Can you? I find it difficult, you know.
Bamble, don't you feel like
It
it's
obviously depends
you
how
don't
they
need to
say.
understand. You don't need to understand. As long as you get the vibe where you feel like you're in another country, it's fine, no?
But that's the thing about music. You don't really, yeah, like Naim says, you don't need to understand. It's just the vibe of music.
I think the Moroccan music is all about the struggle, in it. It's just everything's about life, struggling, hope, glory. You know what? Love. You
That's
know what?
artists trying to express
Everything's
themselves.
like that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's you know the hardship that people go through is the music in Morocco because it's all about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, trying to make that struggle. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I've heard Said al-Mujarrad, for example. I never used to know these people, but now I do. What's his name? Zuhair Bahar.
Happy.
Yeah, I think he's amazing. You
He is.
know,
He is.
yeah,
He is.
and
He is.
I think his whole music is all about, let's just say, trying to get there. If you get what I mean, yeah. And it's all about love. You know what? The experience of getting married, how it feels. You know, all of that stuff. But yeah, we relate to that because that's what young people go through, isn't it? You know, the whole journey of you know what, meeting someone, getting married, how it works, you know, all of that stuff. So you tend to literally have all of the things that he's saying in music, and I understand where you lot are coming from. For example, then, how's clothes for you then? How do you lot deal with clothes?
Go on,
You
Nas.
see clothes?
Are you more like British dressed or Moroccan dressed? Because that's how
I'm
we
more
know
British
how
dressed.
British you are.
I'm more British dressed. So like when I go to, or when I was going to school, uni, college, I dress up like the people around me. So obviously not school because it was uniform, but when I was at college, mostly tracksuits. Till now, I still wear tracksuits or jeans, tops. When I'm in Morocco, it's
I was going to ask you
mostly
a
during the
question.
summer, so
Do
it's
you get
short.
looks in Morocco? Do you get looks?
Definitely.
No,
I
you're
could go.
laughing because you know
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
relatable.
they can
Yeah.
spot you a mile away, can't they?
They
can
can
put
just
you a
tell
mile
by
away.
the color or the
The
you're
style, the
yeah, yeah.
style. Because we have a style, innit? When we go to Morocco, we have a kind of style that we know each other, don't we?
Yeah.
So, you know they wear them faded jeans. Have you seen their
Tight,
faded jeans?
tight
Like
faded
that.
jeans. Spray-ons.
Sandals.
So our style is unique as British people, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I'd
you
say so.
consider yourself to be British, you know, dressed. Yes or no?
Yeah. But that's because we grew up here. You know, we only go, I don't know about, but I only go to Morocco during, summer holidays, you know? So when I'm there, it's like for a month. And even when I'm there, it's mostly just shorts and a t-shirt. And
So
most of the time I'm at the beach or swimming.
sorry, but I don't know. In my era, it used to be like this, but I want to share that with you, and I want you to share with me. Do you not get dirty looks for being British in Morocco because of the way you dress, the way your hairstyle is?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, do you?
In
So
the area I'm from, where all the Moroccan, in Morocco, sorry, they call me Godi, which is foreigner. I don't like that.
Gori,
Maybe a
they
foreigner.
ask you
I'm from
Gori.
Morocco.
No,
Yeah.
Gori means white.
Why? Yeah, same thing. Don't call me a Godi. I'm from Morocco.
What
Don't
about
call me
now?
a Godi.
See, I can touch that you lot are British now. You see? Your, your dress sense says it all, doesn't it? Your hairstyle, your dress sense, your beard, everything shows that you are British, and they can see that you're not them, are you? You're
Just
not
the way
part of
you
them.
walk as well, they know the way you walk. The way you not, they know. They know you're not from around here.
So do they come up to you and you say, "Are you Brittany?"
Nah, they'll just say, like,
They'll
there's
try and
one
rip
person,
you off.
yeah, we'll try to rip you off. So I remember, who was I with? I think I was with Reda. We're getting something. And then the guy tried to rip us off. But we thought it was a normal price because over there the prices were quite low. And then when we went to my cousin, he was like, yeah, we got this from that shop. Cousin went back and he came back with an extra 50 dirhams and he gave it back to us. He's like, yeah, he ripped you off. Like, we thought it was normal price. And he ripped us off of 50 dirhams.
So did you see the Britishness in you?
Yeah, he must have, 100%.
So when you're there, do you use the English language? Because I know if you do, they would rip you off. That's definitely you try.
100%. But when I'm there, since I was a kid, my parents always, when you don't speak English, otherwise they're gonna rip us off. Since I was a kid, it's always been like that. So now, even though I'm older, because I travel with friends, when I speak to them in Arabic, they can still know because of how
Your
you
accent.
speak. Even if because of your accent, even if you have a strong accent, the words you choose to say, they'll still know that you're not from around here, this area.
I love that. I love
Which is
that.
real.
Yeah. Naim, because you look very authentically Moroccan. So tell us how your experience when you go there. Do they catch on that you're not from there?
They do, and they do by the smallest of details. For example, my hair and Raida's hair. Raida's hair is a bit more curly. If we was living in Morocco, we would have permed it
Wait,
and brushed it to the side. But people from outside of Europe, we tend to let our curls be natural and grow it out like a high top. So that's one way they find out. The first couple of weeks, we dress in nice, like, because we're used to dressing how we dress in England. But for me, I then adapt to the way they dress, and I want to dress like them. So I'll go and I wear the tight t-shirt or just a vest,
Do
something
you
plain,
really?
chain all
something
out.
plain. Chain. You have to adapt because you're in that country, so you have to follow by their rules and adapt. And I enjoy it because that's part of me as well. My cousins are just like that, and then you kind of feel like the odd one out. You're at a family function, your cousins got wearing, what they wear, and you don't want to go in wearing the Air Forces and the
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 flash.
Hollister t-shirt. They're like, "Sinead, Mark, what is this brand?" So I tend to adapt. I do. And touching on what you said about speaking Arabic, you can't speak English there. I've learned that at a young age. And even
Yeah.
though my Darija is it's good. My Darija is good. It's
What
like
is
when
that?
we
Your Moroccan
my Moroccan
dialect.
Moroccan dialect, yeah. But because we have slang here, our slang's always updating new words. Sometimes even I don't catch on to it. They have their slang as well, their
Yeah.
words that when we're here, we don't know what they're saying. So they will realize eventually we're
So
not from
is that
Morocco.
the Britishness in you coming out in terms of like, you know what, when you realize that you just can't compete, you know, obviously there's a language barrier, but you still try anyway, but they know the way you look, they can tell that you're not from there. So then do you not see yourself as a British person?
Throwing me under
When
the
I'm
bus here.
there, I feel like an outcast. I'll be honest.
Nah, come on, nah.
Yeah. No, no, like what you said, when you're in the area with your friends, well, no, sorry, if you're not with your friends, and you're with just Moroccan people from the area, and you start speaking to them, and like you said, they have their own slang, dialect, whatever, and you try pick up on it and talk, they will know 100% that you are not from there. And then I don't know, for me, it just when they say something and I don't understand what it is, like a slang word, I just feel like, oh, these guys, like I just feel different. I don't know why. And when I try to, that's when they start realizing, yeah, this guy's not from around here. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. I understand. I just listen majority of the time if I'm in that position. I don't tend to go along with it as well. Even at this age, they say certain things and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll get it later on. You get me?
Mm.
Like, I'm not going to just sit here and say, well, what is that? Because you look like a pillock if you do that. So obviously, as much as I look the way I do, I know they know that I'm not them, if you get what I mean. They know that I'm different. So how about food then? Is food your kind of thing?
Moroccan
Moroccan food,
food
British
is
food? Which food
amazing.
is it?
I love Moroccan food. My mum,
Oh,
being
give
in
me
a
a break. Are you serious? You're a burger
yeah,
person.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's
nice. It's caught you
no,
out
no.
there.
Liking burger, everyone eats burgers. What do you want? You eat burgers. Do you know what I
But
mean? But
you
Moroccan
know,
food,
excuse me, I know for a fact that when you go to Morocco, you look for McDonald's. And you do Naim as well.
yeah,
So
but I
I've
don't
got
eat.
McDonald's in Harare. Sorry,
yeah,
I
but you
don't.
travel
Yeah,
all the way to Tangiers to get to McDonald's.
I thought you knew
yeah.
me
There's
better.
no
I
halal
thought you knew
McDonald's
me
over
better.
here, so of course I'm gonna make the most of it when I'm there. But what I'm trying to say is, in London, there's burger places everywhere, halal burger places everywhere, so I can make the most of it. When I'm in Morocco, though, there's the food there you can't find it here, if that makes sense. My mum, when she cooks like Moroccan food, she can make tagine, couscous. It's amazing. I love when she makes Moroccan food. I absolutely love it.
So what's your
But yeah,
favorite?
burger pizza
What's your
everywhere.
favorite? What's your favorite?
That's a hard question.
Couscous, 100%.
Yeah.
Or tagine, yeah, or tagine. It's just a big plate, and you eat. It's like a buffet. You eat as much as you want. You know what I mean? And no one can say anything. It's not like here's your plate, here's your plate. It's take as much as you can. That's it. And you gotta be.
What about yourself? What do you see? Like, what's your favorite food?
I was agreeing with Nas on the couscous until I remembered. How do you say in English? Sardine mishwi. Sardine.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, that's authentic, and that's Larachi as well. Like, it's the coastal kind of food, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you really like that? Because I can't see you liking that.
See, that's like people think I'm exaggerating. I'm lying.
I'm
I
judging you.
love that. I
Yeah.
love it. I start with it. I told my dad, know what, we're going to Marsa and we're going to start with that.
Explain it how it is so people will understand.
Explain what
the sardine thing.
It's barbecued sardine, like it's barbecued, right? It's put on top of a fire.
No, it is. It's barbecued. Yeah, it is. So what you do is you're walking down towards the beach, and just before you reach the beach, there's a whole load of people, isn't there?
Yeah, selling fish, selling fresh seafood,
fresh fish. And this is early morning, and what they do, they put the fish on the barbecue, and it's seconds, isn't it? And then you put lemon on top of it, and you eat it.
Yeah.
But most young people wouldn't want that, so I'm quite shocked.
I feel like this, because we're living in London and we're eating the same foods all the time. When you go abroad, first time I tried it, and something different hits your mouth, you're like, wow, it's amazing, and I loved it. I love it. It's the best food I tasted. I told my dad the other day we need to have sardine mishwi here, and he's like, cool, we'll do it. So yeah,
I not eat that.
I'll say no. I've had it before. What are you talking about? I've had it before. I like it as well. You're just trying to get onto me.
If I took them somewhere and made them eat that, they would go there and run away and buy it.
I need to find a place that does that, honestly.
Speaking about not eating stuff, when I'm with family in Morocco and like we're all gathered there, I remember this one time. I think it was my auntie. She came, big plate, and I was still young, so I thought, big plate definitely means couscous. You know, she drops it, and there's just a goat head just there.
No,
and I'm staring at him like, and the tongue is just out. I'm like, what is this? I'm thinking, this goes in the bin.
But
you wouldn't eat that.
That's almost like the British.
I don't eat that.
Pig's head.
Do you eat that?
I've never, but I'm very open to eating that. If my granddad has eaten sheep's tongue and sheep's brain, and he's lived, a good amount of years, why not?
Apparently it's good, but I just, being from London, that doesn't look normal to me. That doesn't look normal to me.
They eat the goat's eyes.
All right, that's a stretch. I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. So
and then the bones, they start licking, sucking by the inside of the bones. See me with my bowl, my cereal.
That's it. Now, is that the Britishness in you then?
Yeah,
that part of it, yeah. The goes. Yeah.
I'm British. I don't care. I'm not having that. It's like, the worst thing is, in our household, we have so many kids, obviously your age. So what we do, when we do all get together, we have two tables. We have a Moroccan table, traditional meal, and then we have another table, which is roast chicken, chips, that kind of stuff. And you can bet on it that most of those young people are going to go to the chicken and roast. So we have two tables in this big living room having two different meals. Now, the other meal is going to be like al-hummus bil-qur'in. You know what qur'in is? No. Qur'in is sheep's...
intestines.
No, that as well. Yeah. And the legs. You know the feet.
Oh, fraqash.
Fraqash, yeah. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
And everything, but it's authentic cultural food. I would try it. I don't have a problem with it.
Of course. I'll be on that table.
I have to get that bread and be part of the team. I can't show that I'm on the roasted chicken side. I can't do that.
What I noticed, it's not just because my mum's the same as me. She sees a goat's head or fraqash or whatever. She don't want to eat it. And my mum, she's born and raised in France as well. So it's not just about me being raised in London. I think it's just because we're from countries
Europe.
that are not used to it. Yeah,
Europe.
we're from Europe. We're not used to seeing certain foods like that. But my dad, on the other hand, he's like, yes, my favorite food is here.
Your dad's a leech.
But, you're talking about leeches. What about your dad?
Your dad's a leech. So can we explain what leeches are?
Well, we have a perfect representation of a leech right here. Well, we can't see. You can't see what I'm pointing at, but I'm pointing.
Who are you pointing at?
I'm pointing at Amber right there.
Yeah.
I'm not a leech though.
He's up there.
You are 100% leech.
A leech is, definition of a leech is somebody who's come from Morocco at a late age, yeah, to reside in the UK. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So they stay authentically Moroccan, don't they?
They stay wearing the same clothes. They stay, yeah.
All their youth is being in Morocco, so they've come here as men, haven't they? So they're all about talking about Morocco every time. Every time they're talking about Morocco, البلاد كيف دايرة يا كتعرف بنيت الدار I did this, I did that, you know? So they're always having something or the other.
Leeches will forever complain about London. This, that. In Morocco, we do this. Yeah, go back to Morocco then. They're forever complaining. You chose to come here. Don't complain. You know what I mean?
So now, I like that's the Britishness in you, innit? Like the whole thing.
Yeah, like, I was born here, you know. It's not like I had a choice or anything. Maybe in the future I probably will, inshallah. Who knows? But if you left Morocco and you chose to come here, that's for a reason. So don't complain about certain things.
I think it's only because they feel that they're so far away from home that
Yeah.
they just
They miss home, yeah.
like
But
the whole
it's still,
thing.
yeah.
So yeah,
it's
which is crazy, but yeah, I think we laugh about it because now we're having this conversation. We can see how British we are and how Moroccan we are.
Yeah.
Can't we? Even I, at this age, I can't sit down and eat a goat's head, I can't do it. I'll be honest with you. As much as I'd like to be part of it, I probably just, you know, eat the whatever vegetables there is on there. But other than that, I'm not participating.